ब्रू डेली न्यूज नहीं जो तना हम भाई
कांचनपुर नागरिक सुरक्षा मंच बाय मिजो कन्वेंशन राव ब्रू डिस्प्लेस राव नो कांचनपुर इलाका रो तिनी आइमन बाwo ब्रू डिस्प्लेस नि लीडर राव प्रेस रिलीज को अबोता वो chung नाइलेंगे ना
Mr. Larding Liana, President of MBDPCC. Today we are going to have a press statement on the present situation of Bru IDP. The indigenous Bru tribal community fled from their ancestral homeland of Mizoram in 1997, 1998 and 2009, leaving their hearts and home due to the ethnic cleansing drive perpetrated by the majority community. We have been languishing in relief camp since last 23 years under deplorable and wretched condition. After the failure of repatriation move, which have carried out since November 1997 to September 2019, in spite of taking all the possible initiative by the central government, state government of Tripura as well as MBDP of leader, that you allow us to resettle at the displaced Bru in Tripura in honor of the central government decision. Meanwhile, after a quadrilateral agreement signed on 16 January 2020 in New Delhi, that the Kanchanpur Nagrik Suraksha Manch, allied with Mizo Convention, had vehemently opposed the decision of central and state government of Tripura for rehabilitation of Bru in Tripura and raised the demand of equal package and assistance from the center to those internally displaced Bengali and Mizo family, which the center offered for displaced Bru family. No Bru Riang would be given settlement in Kanchanpur subdivision and in areas close to Jampui Hills. They allege that the Bru displaced person were involved in violence, vandalism and arson during the agitation in connection with the anti-CAA protest. A series of agitation like conduction public meeting, down to dust, road blockades, strike, vehicle rallies, strike, submission of memorandum to the central and state government of Tripura under the banner of joint movement body of Bengali organization called Kanchanpur Nagarik Suraksha Manch and Mizo Convention of Jampui Hill. Moreover, according to the information received from the day West honor of displaced Bru who work in the area of the Bengali and Mizo communities in and around Kanchanpur subdivision and Jampui Hill, threatened to be faced dire consequence if the displaced Bru are resettled inside Kanchanpur subdivision. Therefore, we the displaced people can no longer merely watch all such false and unfounded allegations leveling against us. These two organizations of Nagrik Suraksha Manch and Mizo Convention compel us to open our mouth and unveil the truth before your honor and raise the following demands for consideration and urgent action. Number one, to deploy the Central Security Force to protect of the leaders of Bru displaced people as well as the member of the inmates to avoid any types of untoward incident in the hand of Kanchanpur Nagrik Suraksha Manch and Mizo Convention. Number two, the government authorities should give all the responsibility to the said two organizations if there is any type of unnatural death occur on any members of displaced Brus. Number three, the Kanchanpur Nagrik Suraksha Manch and Mizo Convention would be responsible for any type of communal unrest occur in the state of Tripura. Number four, the state and central government of Tripura should uphold all the points of the quadrilateral agreement, including a rehabilitation of the displaced Bru in cluster from cluster form of resettlement comprising not less than 500 families. Number 5. To include the leader of displaced Bru in the state level, district and subdivisional level task force, resettlement committee, monitoring committee for rehabilitation of displaced Bru. We would like to mention that there is no single member of the displaced Brus who has involved in the pre and post CAA protests in Tripura. No member from Bru IDPs has been found out of 27 in the list of FIR against Anandabazar incident. The allegation of Kanchanpur Nagarik Suraksha Manch and Mizo Convention to the Bru for responsible in regard to the displacement of Bengali and Mizo family is completely false and unfounded propaganda just to mislead the people of Tripura and also to create communal enmity for jealousy on the package and political benefit. If it is a factual incident, why they didn't raise the matter before during last 22 years and why they rise just after signing of the agreement? We do not have any knowledge about the internal displacement of Bengali and Mizo family within Tripura. Meanwhile, there is no doubt that many local Bru family were displaced within Tripura. So, it is our fervent request to the government authority to look over any tribe displaced family in Tripura to give financial assistance if the government authority can grant such assistance to the Bengali and Mizo family. The 83 Mizo families who sold their land and migrated to Mizoram in 1997, fearing the retaliatory attack from the Bru, have already received one-time compensation of rupees 1.5 lakh from the central government in 2012, whereas 173 Bru displaced family who are staying outside relief camp in Tripura are still deprived of such assistance. It is pertinent to mention that displaced Brus are completely innocent and peace-loving people who never make problem to other community. Till today, 8 persons were killed and 1 girl are raped, 4 persons were shot with gun and 9 persons were tortured by the Bengali community during our stay in Tripura since last 23 years. Meanwhile, it is uncountable number of Brus who have been killed and tortured by the Mizo community in Mizoram and Tripura. So we'd like to request the owner to kindly look in the matter and take necessary measures to bring the peace and tranquility in the state and also for smooth functioning and rehabilitation process of the displaced people. So we are going to submit the memorandum to our Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Biplab Kumar Deb, Tripura CM, through the Kanchanpur subdivision. Thank you.
Ini kupole bosu noha Bru Daily News now nai tongai di subscribe kedi, share kedi, like kedi.